Hi, I'm Anson Hidajat with Qdabra, here to show you how to add managed metadata to your InfoPath forms using qRules. First off, you'll need qRules version 4.0 or later in order to have the term set APIs available. I've launched the rules injector here, and I already have a blank demo form ready to go. All I need to do now is check off the include term set APIs, and then inject my form. Back in the InfoPath Designer, I'm going to go and add a data connection to my term store. So add a data connection, receive from a SOAP web service. I'm going to paste the URL for my taxonomy client service. I'm going to use get terms by label, and I'm going to go and need to fill out my parameters. The first parameter is label. This is the string we will use to search our term store. The next parameter is elseid. This is the ID for the language we want to use. I'll enter 1033, which is English. Match option is the kind of search that is performed on the term store. We will use starts with for this demo. Result collection size determines what is the maximum number of entries the term store will return. Term IDs requires the GUID of the term store. This can be found using PowerShell scripts, which we have more information about how to do in our qRules documentation. In the interest of time, I have the GUID handy here, so I'll paste that in there. Lastly, add if not found is a boolean that determines whether or not searches that aren't found in the term store will get added automatically. We don't want that behavior, so we'll leave it as false. So done with the parameters, we'll click next, next, and great, we added our data connection. The next thing we'll do is we'll start adding controls into our form. So I'm going to go back into my get terms by label data source, going to expand the query fields, and we're going to go and add label to my form. Now this is the text box that we'll have our users type in order to add in their search string for our term store. The next thing we want to do is add a drop down to the form. This drop down is going to display all of the results based on our search string. So in order to do that, we're going to go into the properties. We want to grab our choices from an external data source. It's already selected term sets, which is what we want. And for the entries, what we're going to do, we're going to expand get term sets by label. And we're going to go and select this T group here. For the value, we'll leave it as A9. And for the display name, we're going to go and expand this and select A32. Now, all of these like A9 and 32, these are names that were given by Microsoft in their protocol documentation. So if you want any more information on how all of these variable names map to what they actually mean, I'll include a link at the end of the video if you're interested in that. So great, we're going to go and OK out of this. And finally, the last thing we want to add is a button. So let's go give this button a name, call it get terms, and we want to add an action here. So we're going to go and open up the rules manager, add a new action rule, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and set a field's value, and we're going to go and set the command in the Qdabra rules secondary data connection, and we were going to use the command get terms by label. Great, so now we're ready to preview the form. So we're going to go and add a string, search get terms, and then you notice in the drop down here all of the terms that start with an A are added. And if I go and put AD, do another search again, and then all the terms here that start with AD appear. For more information about qRules, visit our website at www.qdabra.com.